Happy New Year! All my nerds and nerdettes, it's Alpha Omega Sin here with a special edition of video game pickups. This would be episode 7. Da-da-da. Yeah, this is episode 7, and this is essentially everything that I got over the holidays. Now, I would have done this video sooner, but for the holidays, I got money and gift cards. So that was pretty much it. So naturally I have to go and spend all that to be able to have the pickup video, and I did just that. Except for the one item that I got. I did not actually purchase it. It was a gift! Huzzah! But anyway, so let's get on with all the random stuff I got. The first is going to be the gift that I got that was not a gift card or money, and I was pretty excited because every time I see these in stores, I want them. And it's a whole bunch of Nintendo figurines. Now, right there, if I can move that tab up, Super Mario, yep. So, what do we got in here? Well, first we gotta take them out of the package so that they're a little bit easier to look at. There we go. So, we got Bowser, Mario, a blue Yoshi, Luigi, a pink Yoshi, and Toad. Indeed. Let's see if I can get some of these out to show in a little bit better detail. At least the packaging isn't like a pain in the ass to get through. Take out Bowser because he's the biggest. So have a look right there at him. As a matter of fact, getting a look at these, they kind of remind me, if you guys have seen the Super Mario Brothers 25th anniversary, it's a chess edition of it. It's what it kind of reminds me of. It's pretty neat. But yeah, it's not too bad looking. I mean, I think it kicks a lot of ass. And I like my little figurines. I kind of decorate the entire place with them. Here so you guys can see. It's a Mario! Okie dokie! Yep, there's Mario. And they're on these little stands here. Yeah, I like these a lot. I was extremely excited to see this just because these were things that I wanted every single time that I would go out to a store. Most notably Walmart, because every time I went to a Walmart they had them there. Let's see. Hey, there's a little message on the bottom of this. The bases are not removable. The base of this collectible to the figures do not remove, and they are fixed. Oh well, I will keep that in mind. Which I already knew that, but still. But yeah, that's Super Mario figures. I was pretty stoked about getting those. So they kick tons of ass. So thanks to Kyle and Shannon, if you guys are watching, as you rock. Anyway, on to the games. Now, I noticed that I ended up picking up tons of, like, handheld games this time around. I don't know why. I just found them all for really cheap, and there were tons of games that I wanted for the longest time, just didn't feel like coughing up like $30 and $40 a piece, but I got them all for dirt cheap, so why not? So anyway, first up is Half Minute Hero for the PSP, brought to you by our good friends at Xseed, who bring us tons of really kick-ass games from Japan. Now, granted, I think that whenever they implement time limits in video games, unnecessarily, it's pretty annoying, but if you build a game around a time limit and do it well, then that's not so bad. And that's the entire point to this game. Take the concept of something like WarioWare, micro mini games, where it's a ton of mini games that come up real fast over and over, but apply traditional RPG, you know, gameplay to that. So you'll be thrown into like a tactical RPG style, and you'll have to move your units around, make sure you kill the enemy, or you get thrown into a boss battle and you have to figure out exactly which way you can kill them, what their weakness is, and things like that. And ironically, it's a ton of fun. I've gotten to try it before. I just never owned the game, and I really wanted to. Yeah, that's the inside of it, if anybody's wondering. There goes the booklet. But yeah, it was something I've wanted for the longest time, and what did I pay for this? I think it was like $7. So that's not too bad for Half Minute Hero. $7 cannot go wrong. So hooray for Half Minute Hero! Now this is a series that I've liked since I was a lot younger, mostly from SNES to PS1, and that was the Ogre Battle Tactics Ogre. And it is Tactics Ogre. Let us cling together. Together. Yes, for the PSP. Now, this isn't a rehash of the original that many people think. Let's see, let's read on the back here. Tactics Ogre has been reborn. The original developers have reimagined Tactics Ogre experience from the ground up. Do you have what it takes to lead your army to victory? Tactics Evolve 3D battlefields, more detailed character modes, and upgrade spell effects. So, the thing is, this isn't like a traditional port, you know, they're not just rehashing the same shit and throwing it out there. They really went all out on it, which makes me pretty happy. And considering the work that they did on Final Fantasy Tactics for the PSP, I had a pretty good feeling that they were going to do a good job with this. If you've never gotten a chance to be able to play Tactics Ogre, this is a version that you'll want to get to pick up just because it's much more refined and a lot better. Especially considering it's on a handheld, it's more user-friendly, so you're not having to sit through like a battle that can last upwards of half an hour without being able to save and accidentally having to turn the system off because you just got to get up and go. Which that has happened to me in some tactical RPGs, and that is a bitch and a half. Always hated that. But yeah, definitely had to bring it back to my home and enjoy it just because it was on the store shelf and it looks so lonely. So yeah, and only on PlayStation. Yeah, I was pretty happy with being able to get this. Ooh, I did not even notice this. It's got the little registration card. Huh. That's kind of neat. What do I get for this? I'm not too sure. Interesting. Square Enix members. So I'll have to go online and do something with that. But yeah, just like Half-Man Hero, comes complete and everything, so that's pretty neat. I didn't actually know that registration card was in there, so that's kind of cool. Huzzah! And whatnot. Now we move on to the DS. And there's a lot of games for DS that I want to get. I'm going to go over the first one right here because I'm playing this right now, and I've been playing it non-stop. I'm like borderline addicted to it. And that is Ace Attorney, Miles Edgeworth, Investigations. Oh, check out the back there. There's Miles Edgeworth. He's just like, fuck you! No, he's got the mega awesome prosecutor point of doom, like his big rival, Phoenix Wright. But yeah, this game right here, I have to say, is probably my favorite out of the entire Ace Attorney series, for one major reason. And that's because it's more like a detective game. If any of you guys ever watched my one video where I detail about my top 5 favorite animes, I actually bring up one in there called Case Closed, also known as Detective Conan. That is a big detective mystery whodunit type deal, and I love that to death. This reminds me of that, except for your Miles Edgeworth, which is absolutely fucking awesome. You got the Gumshoe himself, yeah, Detective Gumshoe. So you got the prosecutor, badass motherfucker, and Detective Gumshoe. But in general, you get to go around to crime scenes and, you know, you get to piece everything together. And instead of the traditional going to the courtroom, you know, and basically have at it there, you kind of just do it on the crime scene where you have to prove everybody wrong. It is surprisingly a long game. I thought I was going to blow through this like really fast, but it's eaten up a good bit of time. I'm currently on episode 4, and there's 5 episodes altogether, so I'm really happy with this. I plan on picking up Justice for All, because that's the only one that I haven't played yet. So yeah, that's pretty much on my to-do list, but if you have not played this game, please pick it up. As a matter of fact, in February of just last year, in 2011, they had made Investigations 2. It's only in Japan, so I'm still crossing my fingers and hoping that comes out. Even before I played this, I was hoping it came out, because I love the Phoenix Wright games. In this generation of, you know, console gen and everything, this one of the few things that Capcom has, like, consistently been doing right, and I liked a whole lot. So yes, please pick this game up if you see it, you know, show your appreciation for the series. It kicks tons of ass, so you will not be disappointed whatsoever. Next up is Trauma Center 2. Now, me being a big ass fan of the original Trauma Center, I loved the original and then some. It was one of the very first DS games I got. Actually, it was Trauma Center, Phoenix Wright, and gosh, what was the other one? I cannot remember, but those were two of the very first games that I had gotten for the series for the DS, and it automatically became a big fan of each series. Trauma Center 2 is something I ended up playing a ROM for well before I even got to try, a physical game of it. But I did enjoy it a whole lot, just like I enjoyed Trauma Team, and Second Opinion on the Wii. Those kick tons of ass. I have to say that I do slightly prefer playing them on the Wii just because it's like a more robust and bigger experience. But I do. I like them a whole lot. This allows for a lot more detailed, surgery work. You get to do a lot more compared to the first game, which is really nice. Again, if you like the first one, you will definitely like the second one because in my opinion, it is better. So yeah, you should pick it up. Then it's got the Atlas seal of approval, damn it. Anything Atlas puts out just fucking rocks. So yeah, Trauma Center 2. Now, this is a game that when I talk about it to some people, they're just like, I'm not interested whatsoever. And that makes me sad because it truly is a really fun game. I have it on the Wii, sitting way up high above the camera where you can't see. But this is the portable version, essentially, and that's Elebits. Let's see, what is it called? The Adventures of Kai and Zero. Sorry, I actually forgot what that part was called. And there's the back of it. Now, in Elebits, the entire point is you just have to go around catching Elebits and interact with the backgrounds. Now, while that concept seems extremely basic, sometimes it's the most basic concepts that end up becoming the most fun experiences. And naturally, it does become a lot harder because then you have things getting in the way, not just like obstacles and enemies and whatnot, but just tons of shit being thrown your way, and it's a lot of fun. I liked the version on the Wii a whole lot, and there's a lot of people who didn't even know that this one came out, which is a damn shame, but it is something that I had to pick up. I have yet to get to try this one. I haven't even tried it like on a ROM or emulator or anything like that. But considering that I was such a big fan of the original on the Wii, this was pretty much a no-brainer for me, and it was like $5. So $5 for a game that could potentially be really badass, of course I'm going to try it. I would like to experience more of its awesomeness. So yeah, Elebits. Hooray! Now, this game is another one of those games that it's kind of hard to sell on somebody, but this is kind of like an offshoot in a way. It kind of lives within the same world of Harvest Moon, and that is River King. And some of you might have been thinking it was Rune Factory, which I wish it was Rune Factory, because I like that series a whole lot, but I'm going to have to save up to get some of those. And they just brought one out for PS3, I'm pretty sure, so I'm going to have to pick that one up. But anyway, so this is River King Mystic Valley. Now, if you're not familiar with River King, I mean, it's pretty much fishing. So that's essentially it, but it's fishing with like the Harvest Moon feel, where you have to go and hook up with people, and it's got its cute little happy-go-lucky story. But the thing is, I love the Harvest Moon games and then some, despite the fact that when I tell somebody about them, they're like, well, what's Harvest Moon? I'm like, it's a farming RPG dating simulator. And they're just like, that sounds fucking horrible. And I'm just like, no, it's cool. I swear it's cool. And it's like, nah, that shit sounds boring as hell and corny and dumb. And I'm just like, you're corny and dumb. And I'm gonna go and plow some fields and then go plow some bitches, because that's what you do in Harvest Moon. But yeah. Anyway, enough about Harvest Moon. This is River King. This is pretty much the fishing version. Sick of going and plowing fields and milking cows and, getting all your crops cut down and having babies? Go fishing! Get some fucking fish! Granted, this isn't as detailed as something like Sega Bass Fishing or some shit, but it's still a cute little game. So yeah, in this was $2. So yeah, I really couldn't pass it up. I was just like, fuck it. So yeah, River King, Mystic Valley for the Nintendo DS. And we're gonna round off the Nintendo DS with Final Fantasy III. Now, considering the fact that I'm a big fan of the Final Fantasy games in general, this pretty much was something that I had to try immediately whenever it first came out. Ironically, though, the ROM that I had kind of just fucked up on me and I couldn't go any further. But I did enjoy it a whole lot. If you are a big fan of the older school Final Fantasy games, the traditional turn-based combat and whatnot, this is something that you will want to invest some time into. The only thing that sucks is the case is broken. That sucks. Rah, 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 rah. But yeah, in general, it's just, it harkens back to the original Final Fantasy series, and, you know, gives it a nice visual makeover, adds a ton more story to it, and just makes it all around a much better experience. So I had to have it. And considering the fact that we didn't get the original Final Fantasy 3 whenever it came out, this was something that a lot of people wanted. Because Final Fantasy 1 and 2, both of them showed up on the PSP and a couple other things. Naturally, Final Fantasy 1 was on NES. But number 3, pretty much, we did not get that. So this is kind of cool for anybody that didn't get to play like the translated ROM of it on NES or some shit. So yeah, this right here, if you want to play an old school Final Fantasy and have yet to, this would be a good starting point. So yeah, Final Fantasy 3. Now I did get one console game, well, technically 2, but I did get one current gen console game, and that is Klonoa! Now, if you were wondering what is Klonoa, you're probably not alone in that respect. Klonoa isn't exactly the biggest and most well-known franchise, but it is a platforming series that I absolutely love to death. There's Klonoa on the original PS1, there's Klonoa on PS2, I think, and there's one on Game Boy Advance, pretty sure. But anyway, this is a remake of the original Klonoa on PS1, which I love that game. I've beaten that a couple times and thought it kicked tons of ass. This is pretty much just that, but much prettier. So yeah, if you like platforming games, just want to play something, you know, like Mario or something, play this. Seriously, if you're into platforming games, please check out Klonoa. It is awesome. It does not get enough love, which is a shame. But yeah, love this game a whole lot. Had to get, you know, a remake because, well, the original kicked enough to ass, so why not this? So yeah, had to have it. Now, I want to save the best for last. This was something I found a complete random. I seriously about shit seeing it, but I was just like, my god, I cannot believe it. And that is Sweet Home for the NES. Now, if you were not familiar with this, this is essentially like the first survival horror game, and it is on Nintendo. I'm going to be doing an unboxing of this just because it is so fucking epic, and I'll put that down in the comments section somewhere down there. So yeah, this just rocks. It really does. You should really check it out if you have not gotten a chance. This is a reproduction cart, if anybody's wondering, because the original Sweet Home was Japan only. It never came to America, but I found a place that in Ohio when I was visiting my friends that had this sitting in there, and I was just like, holy hell, I can't believe I'm looking at this. And this was the one game that I wanted a reproduction card of the most out of anything whatsoever. This was like top of my list, and I got it in a very nice box. I mean, this thing is complete. It has a manual, map, everything. It is awesome. So again, it's down below. All you have to do is just click on the link and everything. If not, just go to my uploads, I guess. But yeah, reproduction cards, they kick tons fast whenever they put this much work into them, so it was definitely a no-brainer for me to have this and add to my survival horror game collection. So yeah, it definitely rocked. So there you have it. There's all the games. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 games and a bunch of figurines. Huzzah! And they all fell over. They were like, no! But yeah. Hey there, Luigi. He's like, fuck yeah! Alpha Omega soon! But yeah, I would have to say this is pretty awesome Christmas in general. I hope that all of you guys and gals at home also had a really badass Christmas. In general, it's fun just, you know, seeing this kind of stuff. But if you guys want to make a video response to this to show off what you got for Christmas, by all means, you can do so. In general, that's just, you know, it's pretty fun to do. I'm sure everybody got tons of really awesome shit. But yeah, this is pretty much my Christmas. Sweet Home pretty much made my Christmas really awesome. That was just, it was mind-blowing seeing it. So yeah. Oh, should do one last update. Just remember that the 7th of this month is going to be the cutoff date for the Alpha Omega Sin art contest and everything. So I figured I'd let everybody know about that, and I should be able to follow up by Monday with announcing the winners and whatnot. So yes. Anyway, I want to go and throw that out there instead of making a complete separate video for it. So anyhow, just want to wish everybody, you know, happy holidays, a belated happy holidays, and also a very happy new year. Looking forward to kicking ass all the way through 2012 and 2013. And I'll conclude this as I always do. Nerds, nerdettes, and gamers, game the fuck on.